So today we're going to work on playing counterpoint on the guitar. We're going to work on it through these 4 exercises that I've put in the PDF. Basically, the idea is to work on playing separate lines with independent fingers. So it's better for me to just play it. So let me play the first exercise and then we'll talk about it. By the way, all these exercises are on the 1st and 3rd string. Okay, and also that they're all in the 2nd position. Alright, so here's the first exercise, which is exercise A. Okay, now this is based on, for those that might have noticed, this is basically O'Dyer's favorite drill from Scott Tennant's Pumping Nylon book. It's an excellent book, highly recommended. And what's happening here is I have a chromatic line on top, and I have a chromatic line on the bottom. The only difference is the bottom line starts 1 note later than the top line. So this bottom line's like this. Okay? So when we put them together, it's like this. So now the thing about these exercises, when people do them at first, one of the common pitfalls is letting go of the lower note before its duration is completely full. In other words, a lot of people do this. So what's happening here is whenever my top line moves, the lower note lifts. And that means that the fingers aren't truly independent. When one lifts, the other one feels like it has to lift. And that's not really the case. We just need to develop the sense of separate line, which means independent fingers. So if we listen to the 3rd string, we'll keep that note going until the next note plays, you see? So if you just sing the 3rd line, listen to it. So be careful when you're working on this not to let go just because your finger on top moves. Okay? That's the point of the exercise, is to get the fingers to hold for full duration on both lines. Okay? And once you've got it down, you'll start noticing, wow, it sounds really smooth. It sounds like 2 guitars. That's the whole point, is we want it to sound totally independent, sound like 2 guitars. Now the B version is like the A version. It's just that it has it starts on a different note. So the top line is this again. The B though starts now on 2, so it's going to be 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3. Still chromatic line, just starts on a different note. So now we have the B version is like this. Now we do the C version. The C version is the reverse of the A version. Okay, still holding the lines, but it's the reverse. A little faster. And then finally we have the D version. The D version is the reverse of the B version. And so we have a chromatic line going up on both, but starting with 1 and 3 now. Let me slow it down first. And then speed it up. So when you're working on it, start it off slow and really make sure that you're holding the notes for full value. But once you're starting to get the hang of it, start to push the tempo, because we don't want to practice any exercise just at a slow tempo, a slow, comfortable tempo. We want to push ourselves. We want to get all our exercises up to a point where we can play them freely at faster tempos. Okay, don't be afraid of faster tempos. Push yourself to do them. Now, one of the things about these exercises is you also want to move them across the fretboard. So we started with 1st and 3rd string, and that's fine, but also do 1st and 4th string. It starts to get more difficult. When you've gotten more comfortable with that, go to the 5th string. And then when you've gotten comfortable with that, go to the 6th string. That's the most difficult one, obviously. Strong. Keep thinking about the way you want those notes to sound, and you'll find a way to do it, even though it's not exactly the most comfortable. Okay, so that's one thing to do, is to spread them apart. Also, just play with them, and don't always have them on the metronome. Like, let yourself work on rubato, let yourself work on dynamics. You know, these can sound really beautiful. It almost sounds like Debussy. Add some bass notes. You know, be creative with them. It's really important with all your exercises to just play with them and experiment with them and try things out, and not always do them with one mindset. You want to be very flexible in your approach. Okay, so this is Counterpoint on the guitar, a basic introduction to it. I hope it helps you. I hope it's a good lesson for you, and we'll see you next time.